Improve your English with powerful stories. Follow the subtitles, practice your listening, and dive into emotional journeys. Let's begin.
Hi, my name is Sarah. A few years ago, my life changed forever. I lost my family in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. My husband, my daughter, and I were coming home from a family dinner when it happened. The crash was sudden, violent, and life-shattering. I survived, but they didn't. For a long time, I was consumed by anger, pain, and guilt. I couldn't understand why this had happened to us, but today, I want to share how I found the strength to forgive the man who took everything from me. This isn't just a story about loss, it's a story about healing, hope, and the power of forgiveness. It was a rainy night. I remember the sound of the windshield wipers, back and forth, like a clock ticking. My husband was driving, and our daughter was asleep in the back seat. We were laughing about something silly, one of those moments you think will last forever. Then, out of nowhere, headlights blinded us. A car was coming straight at us, swerving wildly. My husband tried to avoid it, but it was too late. The impact was deafening. Glass shattered, metal twisted, and everything went black. I woke up in the hospital, my body aching, my mind foggy. At first, I thought it was a nightmare. But then I saw the look on the nurse's face. "I'm so sorry," she said. That's when I knew. My husband and my daughter were gone. Just like that, the drunk driver had survived with minor injuries, but my family, my world, was gone. I felt empty, like someone had ripped out my heart and left me with nothing but pain. After the accident, I felt like I was drowning. Every night, I'd close my eyes and see the headlights coming toward us. I'd hear the crash, the screams, the silence. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think about anything but what I had lost. My home felt empty, my future felt empty, and I felt empty. I was angry, so angry. I blamed the driver. I blamed myself for not doing anything, to stop it. I even blamed the universe for being so cruel. I wanted him to suffer like I was suffering. I wanted him to feel the pain of losing everything. Every day, I replayed the accident in my mind, imagining different outcomes, different choices. But no matter how many times I went over it, the result was always the same. They were gone, and I was alone. Forgiveness? It felt impossible. How could I forgive someone who had destroyed my life? One day, I came across a quote that stopped me in my tracks. It said, "Holding on anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die." Those words hit me like a punch to the chest. I realized that my anger wasn't hurting the driver, it was destroying me. Every day, I was reliving the pain, letting it control my life. I was so focused on making him suffer that I didn't see how much I was suffering. I started to wonder, what if forgiveness wasn't about him? What if it was about me? What if it was the only way to free myself from this prison of pain? The idea scared me. Forgiving him felt like betraying my family, like saying what he did was okay. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about that. It was about finding a way to live again. So, I made a decision. I would visit him in prison. I didn't know what I would say or how I would feel, but I knew I had to try. The day I visited him, my hands were shaking. I didn't know what to expect. Would I scream at him? Would I cry? Would I even be able to speak? When I saw him, he looked smaller than I imagined. He wasn't a monster, he was just a man, broken and full of regret. He couldn't even look me in the eyes at first. "Why did you do it?" I asked, my voice trembling. He started to cry. "I'm so sorry," he said. "I never meant to hurt anyone." I live with that guilt every day. Hearing those words, something inside me shifted. I realized he wasn't just the cause of my pain, he was carrying his own pain too. In that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in years, compassion. "I forgive you," I said. The words surprised even me. But as I said them, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. It wasn't easy, and it didn't erase what happened, but it set me free. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe again. After that day, something changed in me. The pain didn't disappear, but it no longer controlled me. I started to sleep better, to smile more, to feel like I had a future again. I realized that forgiveness wasn't about forgetting, it was about choosing to let go of the pain and finding peace. I began volunteering at a support group for people who had lost loved ones in accidents. Sharing my story helped others, and it helped me too. I even visited the driver again, and we started working together to raise awareness about the dangers of drunk driving. It was strange at first, but over time, I saw how much he had changed. He wasn't just sorry, he was determined to make a difference. Forgiveness didn't just heal me, it gave me a new purpose. I learned that even in the darkest moments, there's a way forward. And sometimes that way starts with a single, difficult choice: to forgive. Today, when I look back, I see how far I've come. Forgiveness didn't just change my life, it saved it. It taught me that holding on to anger only keeps us trapped in the past, while forgiveness opens the door to healing and hope. It's not about forgetting or excusing what happened. It's about choosing to let go of the pain and finding peace within ourselves. If I could forgive, so can you. No matter what you're going through, no matter how deep the hurt, remember this: forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because on the other side of pain, there's always a chance to start again. And that's the most powerful thing of all.
Much for joining me today and practicing your English with this powerful story. I hope it inspired you and reminded you of the strength we all have to overcome challenges. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this story. Your support means the world to me. Remember, every story has the power to change us. Keep practicing your English, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep learning.